I'm going to be doing a review of the Samsung Galaxy S4. It comes in a little box like this, which is kind of cool, and inside you have your typical your wall charger, your headphones, and then like your little manual on how to use it, which you can see I haven't even opened. I've had the phone now for a little over a week, and I should just go ahead and say, like, I'm not one of those like super tech savvy people, so I'm not going to be giving you a lot of hardware specifications and all that kind of stuff, because for me, it's just, I'm just going to let you guys know, like, real life use, how I like it. And I should also say I've had many smartphones. I started off with the BlackBerry back in the day, and I've had an iPhone, and I've had the HTC Desire, and I've had the Motorola Electrify, and I had the Galaxy S3. So I've kind of had a few different smartphones, and I'll start off by saying, like, this one is by far my favorite, which should be a given. And I'll just kind of let you guys know a little bit about it. So anyways, this is the phone, and you can see, like, with the screen, I have a lot of apps, so it looks almost exactly like the S3. When I first pulled it out of the packaging, I couldn't tell much difference. I held them side by side, and the screen on the S4 is just a little bit bigger, and it's a little bit more square. Right off the bat, there weren't a whole lot of differences, because, I know there's a lot of little features with the S4, like the smart stay and the eye scrolling, and then the air gestures and stuff like that. I didn't really even utilize those for the first couple of days because I was too busy just customizing my phone. And, like I said, I use a lot of apps, and I use a text messaging app, which is a Go SMS Pro, and I kind of customize for each person, like, everything about the notification sound, the LED blinking lights, and what the conversation thing looks like. So it took me a lot of time before I even got into that stuff. And it's not a whole lot different. The one major difference between the S4 and the S3 in my experience is, like, the screen looks a lot better. It's a lot more crisp, and the camera is, like, amazingly, it's so much better. And basically, like, when you take pictures, they look like professional pictures. And another really cool thing about the camera is it's got this mode where you can, let me see if I can get it up, where you can take pictures and of yourself and of something else. It's like you can get the dual facing camera, so this kind of will show you, as you can see, that's what's in front of me, and then this little part, if I can get it on me here, well, anyways, this is kind of like the in mode shot. So you can take, like, yourself and, like, whatever you're looking at, which I think is really awesome. And what else is different? It's a lot faster. Like, when you're just kind of scrolling through, it's a ton faster. Paxton, stop. You can just tell, like, it's a lot better. I also had a lot of issues. The reason that I upgraded to the S4 when I did was because my S3, and I actually had 3 different replacement phones after my original S3, had just horrible reception, and I know that has been an issue ongoing with the S3 having just a really bad antenna. And I will be one to attest to that. I used to drop calls all the time. So, my favorite thing is that the antenna is so much better. And I haven't had any issues with drop calls. Like, everything goes through. My text messages go through. My picture messages go through. And it's all just, like, right away. The one not so cool issue that I've had with it is I use an app. You guys may have checked out my other video, but I use a product called Dropcam, and there's like an app for it where you can watch it, and for some reason, and I don't know if it's just maybe like not customized for like the S4 specifications. I don't really know what it is, but it would work great on my S3, and on my S4 it like freezes a lot, and I don't know what's going on with that. It might just be a drop cam thing. Like I said, I've only had the phone for like a week, but other than that, everything's working great. And now I just want to talk about like the little gimmicky features or whatever and how I feel about those. with the Smart Stay and the Smart Scroll, which is like where you let the phone detect your eyes and then you can kind of scroll up and down on web pages with your eyes. It took me a while to get that to work, and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And I found out that I've been using Google Chrome. I like the way Chrome works better than the stock internet browser, so that's what I was using. But you can't use that. You can only use the stock browser in order to be able to do the Smart Scroll. So and I tried it. I did get it to work. You have to hold it funny, and it has to be like the right kind of lighting before it even detects your eyes. And honestly, it kind of gave me a headache, and I don't know why. I guess just because like it's just so much. Like with your eyes, it really felt like it was straining my eyes. So I don't ever use that. Like I used it the one time and just never used it again. With the air gestures, it's okay. I don't think it's worth like getting the phone for. It's very gimmicky and it doesn't work a whole lot. And again, you have to use all the stock stuff. Like for text messaging, yeah, you can hold your finger on it and it'll pop up, but I like to use Go SMS Pro over the stock messaging and it doesn't work for that. So I really don't use that. The one thing that I've found that it does come in somewhat useful is with the music player. You can kind of let your finger hover if you're shuffling songs and it'll show you what the next song is without you actually pressing it. So that's kind of okay, but I mean, that's certainly not a big enough deal to, warrant me saying that those things are very cool. One thing that's cool, and it works some of the time and sometimes it doesn't, is like the air where you can check. Yes, it's not even working now. You're supposed to be able to kind of like swipe your hand over it. And it'll show you, yeah, I don't even know what the issue is right now. There, okay, it just worked. You swipe your hand over it and it pops up and it'll show you like your battery percent, the time, and if you have any missed calls. But as you can see, it took me like, 5 hand swipes before it worked. And, sometimes like it's almost like there's nothing even around and it'll just come on. So that's a very, they need to perfect that, I think. So I guess all in all, what I'm saying is it's a really great phone, and it's certainly the best smartphone I've had. And it's better, in my opinion, than the S3 in regards to, the crispness of the screen and how fast things load is awesome. But all the features that they try to play up, like, the Smart Scroll and all that stuff, I don't really think is something that anyone would use every day. Oh, there is one more thing that is kind of cool. The music player, you can control the music player with your voice. So like if there's a song playing, you can say next and it'll go, and you can say previous or volume up or volume down, without actually having to touch it. So that's cool. Also with the camera, you can say cheese or shoot and you don't actually have to press the button and it'll take the picture, which for me, I find that really awesome, because if if you're trying to take a picture of like, I don't know, something, you can't see the screen, like to push the button, it really helps when you do that. Okay, that was just a side note, I forgot to say that. Anyways, it feels like a solid phone, looks exactly like the S3. The other little features I think are gimmicky, but I still think that, it's hands down the best smartphone that I've had, and I think it's really awesome, and I definitely recommend it if, you just want a great smartphone with a gorgeous screen. If you really want it for the gimmicky features, like, I wouldn't say don't worry about it. So, anyways, that is my opinion on the S4, and let me know what you guys think. Bye!